and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the drop system for the Minecraft updates I'm using as introduced, and that I've got Phoenix here with me. Say hello, Phoenix.
Hello, my peeps.
Yeah. So I don't know your opinion on them because you literally just like messaged me, just like, hey, have you made a video on the Minecraft drops? Because if not, I'd like to make a video about that with you. And I was like, no, I've not. So yeah, here we are making it.
I'm surprised.
And,
I'm surprised you didn't do that yet.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, I think it's better that we do it now.
Yeah.
Than like way earlier anyway. So
yeah,
because there's like a bunch of changes of how they do those.
Yeah, it's basically been an entire year of Minecraft drops. Like, we basically know what's coming out in Mount of Mayhem. Because it's they basically already like confirmed all the features. Like, there's probably going to be a few more, but I think that's mostly what we're going to see. I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, those are the main like priority, main focus.
Yeah, they're like the main selling points. So, do you want to say what your thoughts on it so far?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. So, I think I want to start on how they've been doing the drops.
Yeah.
Compared to how they've been doing it before.
Yeah.
So the way, because I've been watching their and keeping update with their like Minecraft updates since like 2015, if I can recall, and I do notice that they release like humongous updates. Like the Nether update is a good example. There's other updates too, like the aquatic update, which were like big updates.
Yeah, I remember playing that on the Switch version.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But that was before. I think that was before Bedrock existed, but not super long before Bedrock existed. I think
it was not too long.
Yeah, I think Bedrock came out shortly afterwards. Wasn't on Switch yet, and then a bit after that, it came out on Switch.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah,
and that, like again, there's been like a bunch of changes. Like they got rid of the mob votes since last year, which is for the best. And
I kind of disagree there. Like, I think how they did the mob votes was bad, but I don't think they should have got rid of it. I think they should have changed how it works. I think basically, quick, just like hot take. I think they should have just made it so that instead of just like, oh, this one's gonna be in the next update, and then the rest are gonna get added some vague nebulous time later. It should be like, okay, it should have been like, okay, this one's going to be in the next update, then whichever comes in second place will come in the update after, and whichever comes in third place comes in the update after that. That would have solved my problem.
That would have been more. That would have been more. Solved all the problems. Yeah. Now you say that does make sense, because that's what like caused like a trouble, like like a division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, you were saying.
I was also going to mention about how they've been releasing the updates of how like they like. I'm pretty sure you can remember like quite a few like game features that they said, oh, yep, we're gonna have this is gonna be a new feature in the next Minecraft updates.
Like the revamped Birch Forest.
Yes, revamped Birch Forest.
I'm still sore about that because the birch is my favorite tree in Minecraft.
I feel like they could have. I remember yeah, he told me about that, and I looked into it on like how they on what it could have been, and yeah, that would have been good because the bird forest that exists right now is, I don't know, it just feels bland. Is
Yeah.
that the word? And the one that pissed me off the most was you know that like the fossil thing situation, like
Yeah.
how you like, yeah, that would have been amazing and it would have fit perfectly with the sniffer,
Yeah.
but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
They said that, oh, we're gonna be adding this in a future update, and then it just ends up being scrapped.
Yeah. Also, I think the first going back to mob votes, I think the first mob vote they made a major mistake making it so that the other three would never come to Minecraft. That was probably
Yes.
the biggest mistake they ever made with the mob votes.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Like that is, I don't know what they were thinking for that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think the but at least they're gonna be doing something about that now because
Hmm.
as of this year, the Iron Golem has is finally in the Minecraft game.
You mean Copper
So
Golem?
not the Copper Golem, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Copper Golem. So it
Um.
could bring up more of opportunities on towards the future to bring all these other mobs that people
Yeah.
wanted, and it
Previous
just
vote,
didn't happen. Yeah,
like mob vote and biome votes losers. Yeah.
exactly.
I do agree. Like the drop system does seem like perfect for just like adding stuff like that, previous vote losers, and just general ideas that wouldn't be big enough to make a full update around that, and that is cool because I do think like we wouldn't have gotten like the copper golem and all the like new copper stuff without the drop system being in because it's not because it like they'd either have to it would either have to be a big enough thing to stand on its own or somehow work into a theme, which again they don't really have to do with the drops because they can just be smaller and more self-contained and don't
Yeah,
have to be as
that's what I was gonna. That was literally what I was gonna say about the smaller updates.
yeah. They don't have to,
The smaller update, putting them into smaller updates instead of like a one full update, it makes it more manageable. And make
yeah,
them say, okay, we can confirm that this is going to be happening.
yeah, and it's a lot
Instead of just going, have it making a big update and just end up not happening,
yeah, and
which
it's a
was an
lot
issue.
yeah, it's a lot easier to keep a small handful of features cohesive with each other. You know, kind of like in the same vein, rather than having a lot of features that don't really relate to each other.
Because I was literally talking to someone online about how like people really want the end update
Yeah,
to happen,
yeah,
but
that's been going on.
don't get me wrong. I would like to see some of an end update, especially after how the Nether and Underwater has got like big updates, especially since the next current update that's in preview right now
Yeah,
is getting a big update now that the why can't I remember that thing's name again? I forgot what the mob's called.
mm.
But now that this mob has been added, it'll be easier for
the cop,
others to like.
yeah, the copper golem.
Yeah, no. I was talking about the one in Underwater too.
The Nautilus.
Yes, it'll it it basically opens up more for underwater, because it was still a struggle even with the aquatic update.
Yeah, it means like building underwater will be a lot easier because before the only way you could feasibly build underwater would be to get conduits, and conduits aren't really super easy to get because first you need to find a Heart of the Sea, which is only found in buried treasure chests. So you need to go find a buried treasure chest and get lucky enough to get a Heart of the Sea. It's not 100% guaranteed. And then you need to surround that with 8 Nautilus shells. And then you need to go get Prismarine, which can only be gotten from the ocean temples. So it's just kind of like, it's just a whole faff. And then the range on them isn't even that good. So you need, so to cover a decently large area without just breaking it and placing it back down over and over again, you need a bunch of them. So yeah, if you're
in the situations that like you said, the Heart of the Sea is just based on luck. Yeah. And I should say the Nautilus shells are also based on luck. Not just luck with trying to find a drown holding one. Because from what I remember, it's in Bedrock at least, it's like a 10% chance, while Java is like an 8% chance of a drown holding one.
Yeah, I don't even think it's even guaranteed if they do hold one. I think if they're holding one, it just means it's possible that they can drop it.
Yeah, it guarantee. If you kill a drown with a Nautilus shell, it's always like fully guaranteed that you'll get the shell. It's the issue of trying to find a drown with the shell, and it also you can also find one with the you can also try to find it with the way by trying to find a wander trader.
Yeah, but that's also
but that's the same exact thing. Is that it's just by chance.
Yeah, and then you need to like buy it off him for emeralds. So you either need to get lucky with him, buying something that you have, like if you have like spare buckets of milk or spare glass bottles, or whatever. Then that, or get lucky and find a village and trade with some villagers to get emeralds. Or get even lucky and find naturally spawning emerald ore in a mountain biome.
All we're trying to say is that it's still complicated. Either or. Yeah. But since this year, I now feel like I was telling them like I wouldn't be mind having the game of having an end update.
Yeah.
Just that it would be a bit big if they just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not going to be a drop. It's going to be a proper full-fledged update, which I want to talk about real quick. So back when Minecraft, first became a thing, it did have like small updates with somewhat random features that and it was also like quite buggy, and then they'd have like smaller like bug fix updates afterwards, and and then they would have like one, and they basically do the same thing where they'd have like one big update a year, and then it was like, oh, we're gonna have like 2 big updates a year, and I was like, and even back then when they first announced it, I was like, really? Are they going to be able to do that? And
that's a lot.
Yeah,
2 big updates.
Yeah, and that never panned out.
Yeah,
like
it was too much.
Caves and cliffs had to be split in 2.
Yes,
I remember. Well, technically 3 if you want to get.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
That was just like the most unfinished update of all time, basically. And like I said, we never did get 2 big updates in 1 year, even after the pandemic.
I should also mention that I did a bit of searching.
Mm.
But funny enough, speaking of the Kids and Cliffs update, that there was actually going to have like new ore planned, and it never happened.
Yeah.
Correct me. I don't remember, but I knew. I also heard that there was going to be a Ruby and Sapphire then too.
I don't know about I don't know about that. I've not heard about that. But I'm not like super plugged into like Minecraft leaks and stuff.
I literally just had to go. I had did deep searching and everything.
Yeah,
At least,
I know
at the very
Ruby,
least, I know Ruby was
yeah,
going to
I
happen.
know rubies were definitely a thing. But this is going way back. They were instead of emeralds, we can have rubies, but then they changed it because like back then all the ores had the same texture, and having two red ores was a bit confusing.
And didn't they also didn't they update since then they updated like the textures in the Clifter Caves update, or was it a separate update?
I think it was before. I can't remember when that happened, but yeah, they have updated the texture, so each ore has its own unique texture, with diamond retaining the old one. And yeah, yeah. So they could reintroduce Ruby if they wanted to, and they just give it a unique texture that's different to the Emerald one.
And again, I wouldn't. They're probably off topic, but I wouldn't mind if they added a couple more ores.
Yeah.
Or ores, because that's what I like that.
As long as they're actually useful, I'd be fine with that.
As you can see with the Minecraft community on how many add-ons that were created for more ore stuff, including including me, because a long time ago, I also worked on a more ores add-on. That it shows like the people would be up for new ores. So
but like anyway, as I was saying, and then so we had like, and then like for the last big like major Minecraft update was the Tricky Trials update last year. So we've basically gone an entire year without a big update, which is
that's right,
slightly concerning in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Yeah, because the whole point, at least according to Mojang, of switching to the drop system is so that they could work on big updates in the background. So, and then we'd be going back to like one update a year, but we've not even got one big update this year. Now, if I were a betting man, I would say that we're probably going to get a big update in the summertime next year. But you know, it's still a bit concerning that that's still like almost that have been like 1.5 years without a big update.
Yeah.
And
I also put in this now that I think about it, I think that what makes it, well, they literally just started at this drop system like this year, if I can remember correctly. I think it making a drop system would probably what's the word? It would like help with in the big updates like basically it's what as they were dropping like small drops here and there, they could also have a team that's also working on the big update in the process.
Yeah.
But again, this is just this year. So they're really just getting started. But I do think like when small updates come out with a little smaller team, it will give more of an opportunity to make bigger updates easily.
Yeah.
While having Minecraft players something new to like chow down on.
Yeah, like I said, I do think it is a good idea to have like these small updates, in between the big ones to give them more, to give the community something to play with rather working on the bigger updates. But I'm just a bit concerned. I just still think it's a bit concerning that we haven't had that we're probably not going to get a big update for at least 1.5 years. Like, again, and I not like heard from like any leakers or anything like that. Big updates definitely can come out in the summer. It could be even later than the summer. But it's definitely not coming out this year because we know that Mountain Mayhem is the winter drop, so it means that we're not going to get another drop or update till next year. Which I think the spring one's going to be a drop, and then because because Mojang likes to do a big update during the summer.
Yes. Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah. True. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is true. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there should be a balance in between the two
Yeah.
of drops and then big updates as well. That's what I
like
think.
for every 3 drops, then we get a big update.
Yes. Because correct me, I'm not aware on how Mojang how they do the drops or anything. But if it's like a smaller team on each drop, I don't think that's how they do it. But that's a possibility. Well, they have like a little smaller update working on drops while working hard on a big updates.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I like. Again, yeah, I think it could work. It's just that it has to do it just has to be more planned.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like we don't really know what to expect in the future. Because again, like I said, the only reason I even think the summer update is going to be a bigger one is because that's just generally what they've done in the past.
Yes.
It would be it would like in the latest Minecraft Live, like they should have, what they should have done in my opinion is they should have released a kind of roadmap. So just be like, okay, so we're expecting to release Mountain Mayhem between X date and Y date. Then we plan to have another drop for spring, and then releasing about this date to this date, and then we're going to do like a big update during summer. Then I think a lot of people would be happy with that, even if the dates weren't. Obviously the dates won't be set in stone. It's just like these are just like an estimated dates.
Yeah, approximately.
Yeah.
So we can get
a window of time where it could. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be better actually.
Yeah.
So we as a Minecraft community could also know like what they think of how they're going to be releasing stuff because I'm pretty sure they have not done that.
Yeah.
That at all in the past.
Yeah, and just more communication would be nice, basically.
Yes, more communication would be definitely better.
Yeah. But as for the contents of the drops, we had the Armored Paws, which introduced the Armadillo, which gave another use for the bush, which is really good because that was basically only used for the archaeology, which was not a.
It was not.
That was probably the
Yeah.
weakest update that Minecraft has ever had, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, they had more, but they just didn't add anything.
Yeah.
At them.
It's like the
Which is
update
what I was
that
talking
was
about.
the easiest to just not interact with, like, at all. Heck, the only time I've interacted with it was when I did was during Tricky Trials where I got some pots.
Pretty much. Yeah, it could it's just an update that could have been way more than it is then.
Yeah, like literally, they could have just not released it, and literally they could probably just like remove that update, remove all the features added in that update, and barely anyone that would notice. And the only reason anyone would notice is because the pottery sherds would be gone.
Yeah. So basically, there's. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Tricky Trials was a cool one. My problem with the Tricky Trials is, well, firstly, you could only get the condensed core for the mace, but by like getting lucky with the vaults. My second problem with it is that the vaults are a one-time use thing for that player. Like, you could get another player in to do it, but it's just like, but no. But if you wanna get a condensed core, then you need to go to multiple trial chambers and hope you get lucky. And but by doing that, you're increasing the file size of your world, which can cause problems for your computer and the world itself. And you may need to get a third-party program to trim the chunks to solve some of your problems, because it just like will get really laggy after the world gets to a certain size, and also it would make it more difficult for you to like explore new biomes and stuff when they're added in another update, because you have to go further out because you've been looking for the trials to get the condensed core. And I really just think all that could have just been solved if they just made it so that the vaults were just like on the cooldown. You use it, and there's like a 5-minute cooldown before you could use it again.
Yeah, and to put in the perspective that it's like, I'm not sure about you, but my computer is decent. Okay, but not everyone's is gonna be like that. Whereas like
some people play on tablets, on Switch, on mobile phones, on their fridge freezer.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you can play Minecraft on the fridge freezer.
Oh my god, that's awesome! That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. But yeah, not everyone is going to be able to not handle that amount of space, but also it could really slow down the devices.
Yeah,
and I know they've been limiting, at very least limiting on the Android or Apple devices because of that, but it still doesn't fix the problem that it still does happen.
Yeah, and also the fact that the Switch port of Bedrock is just really bad for some reason. There's no reason for the Switch port to be as laggy as it is. It runs better on the mobile phones, which are less powerful than the Switch.
Yeah, I tried it on the Switch. I think I told you I tried it on the Switch that I can't play that one.
On Switch 2, I made a video on this. The Switch 2 brute forces it to be playable, but I actually need a Switch 2 to play Minecraft
on a
handheld that's with a decent render distance and it not to be laggy as all hell.
The Switch, again, like you said, the Switch is more powerful.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be laggy and
and it's only gotten worse over time. When Minecraft Bedrock first released, it wasn't really bad. It was pretty good. But then as more and more updates kept coming out, and it doesn't feel like Mojang have made any attempt to optimize the Switch port like at all since it first released.
Like, yeah, and that's actually an issue. Is because of that, it doesn't. Because I always end up trying to play it on the Switch. Sometimes it runs really slow. Sometimes it just doesn't work at all. Sometimes the game just crashes at random.
Yeah.
For me, it's not like I have. It doesn't really matter if it's like this regular like Switch OLED. I have the Switch OLED.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter. It shouldn't be running at that like kind of like shouldn't be running like shit.
Yeah.
On
and it's far more impressive and intensive games on the Switch.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Say something about that. Like, what the? How does that happen?
Yeah, like even games that aren't published by Nintendo, like or made by Nintendo, like there's just so many like third party. There's fucking Witcher 3 on the Switch.
Well, no, not that game.
Was it Witcher 3? I know there's at least one Witcher game on the Switch.
There is.
I remember. Yeah, and there's Doom 2016 as well, and that runs at a solid 30 FPS.
Yeah, like how is that? Well, my end playing Minecraft on a Switch is it like goes down lower and. And again, it should not be doing that, knowing on how it's not as like intense as these other games.
It runs about as well as Scarlet and Violet.
I would say it runs even. I bet. Personally, I think it runs worse. Well, for me, at least.
Yeah. But we're getting a bit sidetracked here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talk about the Armored Paws. What came after the Armored Paws? That update.
The what?
What drop came after Armored Paws?
Did we talk about the Happy Golems?
The what?
The Happy Golem thing.
Happy Golem.
One of the drops. Yeah.
Happy Ghast, you mean?
Happy Ghast, like.
Yeah. That was in the Chase the Skies drop. Look, the Happy Ghast is cool. I like how you can like tie mobs together and then tie them to the Happy Ghast, and like get mobs in boats and then tie the boat to the Happy Ghast, and you can stand on the Happy Ghast. The Happy Ghast is cool. Like maybe. I'm not really a fan of like how long it takes to rehydrate the Happy Ghast. It just feels like it feels like just a waste of time just waiting there for it to just like rehydrate. And it's also really annoying that if you take the water away, it dehydrates again. It would be really cool if you could have just like a little like smiley face dried ghast as decoration.
That'd be fucked up, though.
Yeah, it would be cool, though.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah. What else? What other drops have there been? Yeah, so there's a Copper Age as well.
Yeah,
that's the most recent one with the Copper Golem, which the Copper Golem got like the biggest glow up I've ever seen. It went from like basically useless, like you could literally replace it with a chicken and achieve the same thing, to one of the best new features that Mojang has ever made.
Yeah, it like I don't think it's that update was actually my favorite of this year so far.
Yeah,
Mainly because you know me, but you know me.
yeah.
All
Your inventory's a mess.
Yeah, my inventory is an absolute mess, and it would help me. It actually is very helpful for those that
Yeah,
have a rough inventory.
but it's
And I
not
remember when
it's
it came
not free
out.
of problems either. Like the copper golem is stupid. Like I said this in
Yeah,
my video when they first got released into Minecraft beta, and they've not
yes,
uh, done anything to fix that problem since. And that's just like the copper golem's pathing and everything is just stupid, and they'll get stuck in a loop where if they can't find a chest to put an item, they'll just check the same 10 chests over and over and over again
this is weird.
until and you can't get the item out of their hand. So it's just they just need to be smarter, basically.
But if they can't find anything, couldn't couldn't you at least have them put it back in the chest too, in the copper chest?
Yeah, well,
And
I
then
was
have it,
yeah.
and then have it be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't find any, like, can't
Or,
buy it right now.
or maybe just like make it to if it's either make it so firstly I'll make it so they can check more than 10 chests and remember which chest it's checked. So it's like, oh, I see all these chests. I've checked there's all these chests I can access. I've checked these chests. So if it's not in these chests, then I'll go check the chests over here.
But they
Instead
just
of checking
repeatedly
the
keep on
same 10
checking the
chests.
same chest. Yeah.
And then if it still can't find a place to put the item after checking all the 10 chests, it should go back to the copper chest and holding the item and play a unique little animation and make a little noise just to let the player know that it can't find somewhere to store it, and then you just need to interact with the copper golem and it'll drop the item for you to put it somewhere.
Exactly. Exactly. It be more it. Yeah, it would have been better if they did that.
Yeah. But literally, like right now, the best way to just like make a copper golem sorting system is just like to make a 3x3 of chests, and then like literally just like trap a copper golem, behind the center chest, and then like have an input copper chest and a miscellaneous, an output, empty chest, and then just like I said, put copper golems in a hole, and then just let them sort out all the items real quick, and it kind of like I don't really like that. I would like I said, if they could check more than 10 chests, and then you could just put them into like any storage area,
Yeah.
and they would just work.
Yeah. And you don't have to be, and also like it if you could use less of them. Like I remember at one point that you have to like use a bunch of them just to get a lot of them just to get all that.
Yeah, so they
they
move 16 items at a time, and they're a bit slow walking, so it is a bit slow. Yeah. But in my opinion, it is a fair trade-off for them being them being smarter than just like normal hoppers, and just like being able to see what items go in what chest, and you can. Yeah. I just feel like the flexibility of that does allow you to do more of them, so them being a bit slower is a fair trade-off. And it's also a lot less like redstone intensive and resource intensive than a sorting system. Like I remember building in survival a sorting system that would basically do what the copper golems did, and just like store items in the chest if there was already items like that using hoppers and stuff. And it broke so many times. It was such a nightmare to build.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can actually see that system in some of my old add-on reviews, because it was in that survival world that I did.
Go check out his older videos, everyone.
Yeah, back when I still didn't really have much of an idea what it's doing or how to like format how to like really do it. I feel like I've
Don't go that far. Don't go that far though.
yeah, I feel like I have grown at least a bit since then, because it's been over a year now since I started doing add-on reviews. I'm pretty sure it'll be 2 years next year. I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
I do see.
You still see what?
But I do see that the Iron Golem, yeah, it needs to have it has to be programmed better, and I hope that it does because it could definitely be absolutely useful with again, as you said, big storage stuff situations.
Yeah. And they also added copper armor and copper picker and copper tools and stuff, and it's in between stone and iron, and I kind of like it, but I feel like they should have taken a ever so slightly different approach to this. I think they should have buffed iron just a bit, because in my opinion, there's too big of a gap between iron and diamond right now.
Oh yeah, there, yeah.
In durability and mining speed and stuff. Just bring the iron stuff just a bit closer to diamond.
And make the copper closer to what iron was.
What iron was or is now.
Yes. That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do also, when I heard about that idea, again, I was absolutely up for that.
Yeah.
Because again, copper is more accessible than iron. So put something in between then.
And
so unless
you want decorative blocks, it's not really as useful. Where iron is used for hoppers, which you need a lot of if you're doing any redstone and stuff, and it's also used for mine carts, rails, blast furnaces. Iron is so useful. If you're on a realm or a economy server of any kind, keep an eye on iron sales. If iron is selling well, then that is a healthy server. If iron is not selling, that server is dead, because iron for really anything, it's just used for crafting so many things, useful and decorative. That is basically the lifeblood of a server. The flow of iron, like I said, basically dictates the health of a server.
Right.
And if you have an iron, and also if you're on a new economy realm, get an iron farm ASAP and make an iron shop ASAP, because again, it is so useful that as long as the server is healthy, you will make a lot of diamonds.
Mm-hmm. And I should also mention again with the copper armor stuff.
Yeah.
Till the copper age, I never bonded with copper whatsoever.
Yeah.
I feel I'm not sure about you, but I felt like beforehand copper really didn't mean much to me.
Yeah, copper was basically useless. When I had not essentials, when I had alchemy on, I would basically just use copper as for its essence value to
yes, me too.
Yeah, to just get iron and stuff, because it just basically wasn't useful.
Yes, that's what I did too.
Yeah. But yeah, what were the? I feel like we're missing the drop. What was?
Are we?
So yeah, so there was Armored Paws. I think there was something after Armored Paws. Then there was the. Then there was the Happy Ghast, and then.
No, I think No, we caught up properly.
Okay. Well, if we're missing one, let
Hold
us
on,
know
I'll
down in
check
the
it out.
comment section below. But
Oh no,
I
no,
feel like we.
we no, we're
Oh,
not.
okay.
No, we're not. Because there's
Yeah.
I'll hold on, I'll check one more time just to make sure.
So hopefully in future drops they'll focus more on like adding vote losers from previous mob and biome votes, and hopefully we see hopefully
Okay.
like hopefully we like see at least one vote loser every other drop. I hope.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's why I want be like I want that how that works because it would work like that. It would definitely would be better if they did that.
Yeah,
That too.
like last drop had a copper golem. This drop doesn't have a mob a vote loser. The next drop should have a vote loser, and then drop after,
Yeah,
and then the one after wouldn't. Yeah,
yeah, it would be. It would. That is definitely something that they should do because it will definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, like if they added the rascal.
yeah.
Like
The
there's
rascal would be cool.
yeah, because again, you told we as they said that like with the iron gold, a little bit of the iron golem,
Copper golem.
like sorry, copper golem, like they could add the rascal, but like build more onto it too.
Yeah. And like if they were planning to add more ores in the Caves and Cliffs update, they could go back to that idea, bring it back, and then weave it into the rascal. So, if
Yeah,
you
that would
find
be
these new
better.
ores, you can trade these new ores with the rascal to
Yeah,
get
that's even better.
like some decently enchanted iron stuff or whatever. Or maybe you get, or
Like
maybe you
that,
can get some. I don't know.
yeah, that would be actually a really good idea.
Yeah, they could probably make something work with that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea too. Like you can use those ores, but you could and you could also like trade it with the rascal.
Oh, and depending on what you give it, they could change it up so make him more useful in late games and make it so that depending on what you give him, he'll give you spare stuff. So like if you give him like raw copper or coal, he'll give you like I don't know, he'll give you like some copper ingots maybe or something. But if you if you give him like iron and emeralds and stuff, he'll give you some decently enchanted iron stuff. And then if you give him diamonds, he'll give you diamonds. And if you give him diamonds, he'll give you like some rare enchanted books maybe or something.
Yeah.
And then if you give him like netherite, he'll give you like he'll give you like a bunch of diamonds and stuff. Basically just make what he gives you depending on what you
like. Yeah, that would be a really good like addition.
Yeah,
and
a bit like Piglin Bartering, but tiered.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about the tier like stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
But honestly, I don't really have much else to say. Really, like I feel like the Moo Bloom. We might see the Moo Bloom soon, maybe, because before Minecraft Live happened, they flew out some Minecraft YouTubers to participate in Minecraft Live, and one of the decorations there was like a Moo Bloom statue. So it kind of felt like they were like teasing something to do with the Moo Bloom, but then that never really came to anything. So I feel like maybe they might have maybe they might have revealed that the Moo Bloom was coming in Mountain Mayhem or something. Maybe, I don't know, and then decided not to reveal that yet or something. I don't know. But it just feels weird that it was there and then
just never happened. Yeah, just nothing. And also, I also would also like with the Moon Bloom. It wouldn't take. I don't even think we said anything about it yet, but I think it was you that had the idea of like there could be different Moon Blooms
Yeah,
where
so you'd have like different mood blooms for different flower types.
yeah,
So like you'd have like a rose bush mood bloom, you'd have a dandelion mood bloom, you'd have a poppy mood bloom, you'd have an as a cornflower mood bloom. Yeah, and you could change them by change what type of mood bloom it was by feeding them the flower.
yeah, that would be that. Yeah, I would like that. That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, and they would add a lot of variety really easily, and you could come up with like really unique designs for each one. With like the rosebush mood bloom having like thorns around it, and then
Thorns
you
and
can
it
hit
and
it
you
and
get
take a little bit of
hurt. Yeah,
damage.
yeah, if you get hit, yeah, that would be awesome if they would do something like that.
Yeah.
But basically, I it would be a brilliant idea to have that system of like on a batch of drops to have a new like tossed out mob from the votes
Yeah.
added to fit with the theme or not. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So I think we've both said everything we want to say. Is there anything you can think of that you want to say, Phoenix?
Phoenix.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.